If you guys want to be in with a chance of winning a huge host of prizes in my Christmas giveaway, including FIFA points, coins, and even a football shirt of your choice, all you need to do is leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Best of luck and enjoy the video. Hey guys, TOTW here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best players to invest in from Team of the Week 12. As always, if you get the right cards at the right prices, you're guaranteed to make yourself thousands and thousands of coins, and I'm going to go through every player in this Team of the Week, let you guys know whether or not I'd recommend investing in them, and if so, at what price, so you guys can get some very easy investments and make yourself a lot of profit. This Team of the Week is very, very good in terms of investing, especially as we have the potential for both Team of the Group Stage and Footmas coming up in the next few weeks, and both those promos will probably require informs, especially Footmas, that definitely will, and Team of the Group Stage may have some guaranteed Team of the Week SBCs or something along the way. So there's a lot of scope for the kind of discard price informs and just SBC fodder type cards, the 83s, 84s and 85s, to rise up significantly in price. So we're going to start off in the main starting 11 with Farman. He's currently going for around about 35 to 40k. I think if he drops to about 25k or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe about 25 to 28k, that's a good price to pick him up for. He's an 85 rated inform. The current cheapest, I believe, is Stuani, who's going for around about 28 or 29k. Farman's a keeper, so expect him to be a little bit lower than that. But the fact that he plays in the Bundesliga and is German is ideal, as we obviously have Bundesliga Player of the Month every single month, and he's definitely going to rise in price because of that, and also obviously SBCs throughout Footmas. Being a high rated inform that's fairly cheap in a good league with a good nation is just an ideal combo, so he's a very, very good investment if you can get him for around 25 to 28k. If you're wondering when to get these cards, I personally recommend Thursday morning with Foot Champions and Division Rival Rewards. Try and snipe these cards, try and bid on them, and you can get some good deals all throughout the day on Thursday. These will be quite cheap, and then they'll gradually rise in price as not many people open packs kind of towards the latter stages of the week. You may also see these cards drop down, especially with a higher end card, someone like a Aubameyang, possibly drop down on Sunday and Monday with weekend league sell-off. Now moving into the defence, we have got Chiellini, the highest rated player in this Team of the Week, 90 overall. Now the issue with him is, yes, he does have an amazing card, and he does link to Alexandro, Cancelo and Chesney, some of the best players and some of the most popular players in their position on this game. But if you look in the Serie A, you've already got Benatia, Manolas and Koulibaly, three standout options, and they're all a lot quicker than Chiellini and have relatively similar stats in terms of defending and physical. He does have really good defending, but he just isn't really that quick, so he's not like the standout defender in the Serie A despite costing this much, so I wouldn't really pay anywhere near this price for him. If he drops down to maybe like 150, 100k, something like that, you can maybe keep an eye on him, but I don't think he's one of the better investments, and I personally won't be picking him up. We've also got PK, who is another card that I won't really be getting unless he drops down really low, in which case he could be good for SBCs. It would have to be for very high-end SBCs, so probably just icon SBCs really. Has an 88 rated inform. I'm not really too sure what these typically sell for, like the lowest kind of 84 rated inform typically on the game. There aren't that many because they're obviously quite elite cards. He's going for not that much for his rating, but he doesn't have a good card in game. He's got 57 pace. He doesn't even have that good physical. The only standout stat there is the defending really. So he's not a card anyone's really going to use. Maybe if he drops down to like 60 or 70k, you could get him as an SBC investment, but right now I wouldn't really go near him. Dani Carvajal is currently extinct on the market, and he is one of the best right backs on the game now. You've got Juan Fran with his flashback card. If people didn't do him, not many people did, then this guy is your go-to option in La Liga and for Spain. You do also have DeMarcos, but he's got much worse defending and physical compared to Carvalho, although he is marginally quicker. You've also got flashback Dani Alves. Now, I think apart from that, in terms of special cards, you've got Kyle Walker as well. You've got a few cards, you've got Lala. I think he is one of the go-to options, and the best thing about him is you can link him to Varane and Ramos with a strong link, or even a hype link in the case of Ramos, and they're two of the most popular defenders on this game. So I think he's definitely got potential to rise. Not sure what he's going for now, what his price ranges are or anything like that, but I think he's a good investment if you get him at his low point, which will probably be tomorrow, and also around the end of the weekend league as well. Next up, moving into the midfield, on the left hand side we've got Sulejmani, I think that's how you say this guy's name. Good SBC investment if you can get him for around about 20,000 coins or so, maybe a little bit lower, maybe like 17 to 20k, that kind of price range. He's got a decent card, but doesn't have a good league or nation, so isn't really going to get used that much, but he is nevertheless good for SBCs. Valeri's a really good one if you can get him for a similar price to Farman, around 25 to 28k, 85 rated. He'll be one of the cheaper 85 rated cards on the game, and he does have a good nation. Not the best of leagues to link into players, although you do have Ibrahimovic, you've got Sebastian Giovinco, there's a few relatively high rated players there. But already he is very, very cheap. He's extremely cheap for his rating, so he could drop even lower. Like I said, 25 to 28k or so. You can maybe get him for like 23, 24k if he drops low enough, if you try and snipe him. And I think at that price, he's a really good investment. With the upcoming promos, I think he's definitely going to rise up. And we are also apparently going to have the MLS Player of the Season or Player of the Year coming out soon with an SBC, so this type of card here could potentially be useful for that. So he's a really, really good investment in my opinion if you can get him for around, let's say 25k, 24, 25k, something like that. Just see how low he goes and try and pick up a few of him. We also have Bakayoko, who's relatively expensive for an 83 rated card, so isn't really going to be an SBC type investment. He's more so just a good player, and he's got good links with his nationality and his league as well. Now, Matuidi is one of the most popular midfielders on this game. He's the most popular Serie A player, I believe, on FIFA 19. And Bakayoko's got a very similar card to him. Matuidi's currently about 30k or so. So if you see Bakayoko get near that kind of price there, I think he could be a really good investment, because if you look at his stats compared to Matuidi, they are fairly similar. I think he's got better physical. And he's also got like really similar stats, I think, but overall he's got better physical and is taller, and I think yeah, he's got medium work rates, whereas Matuidi has high. So fairly similar, but he is stronger and taller, which makes him a better defensive midfielder. So I think he's a really good investment if he drops down that low. Yes, he plays for AC Milan, so harder to link into teams compared to someone playing for Juventus in Matuidi's case, but very, very popular. You can link him into Matuidi as well. And I think he could definitely rocket up in price in the future. I believe there's an informed Suso as well, the right winger, who's got, I think, 2 informs. One of them's 86 rated, so he's quite good. So you can link him into Bakayoko, for example. But I think he's a really, really nice investment if he drops down to about 30k or so. I'm thinking maybe 30 to 40k. Just see how low he drops. But he does have a good card, and there aren't that many defensive midfield options in this area for an out-and-out defensive midfielder, and I think he does tick a lot of boxes. He's strong, tall, good defensively, so definitely a good player there. We've got Serge Gnabry, who's currently extinct. Again, I'm not sure what his price range is, just like with Carvajal. I'm not sure how low he'll go. He does already have an SBC card. You've got Bellarabi on the right-hand side, but there is a lack of right-sided midfielders in the Bundesliga, right wingers, right mids, right forwards. You've got Ian Robin, who's quite slow, informed Bellarabi, and I'm trying to think, you've got like Pulisic and people like that. But there aren't any big name players really compared to on the left hand side, where you've got people like Royce, who's really good on Ultimate Team. You've got Ribery, who's a bit slower. You've got Gnabry, obviously. You've got Coman. You've got some good options there. But on the right hand side, there's not any like really quick, overpowered players. Gnabry could tick a lot of boxes there. So I think if you can get him for maybe like 30k or so, he could be a good investment. Good for SBCs, especially Bundesliga Player of the Month, and also just a really good card in general. And there aren't many on that right-hand side of the pitch in the Bundesliga, so definitely a good investment there in my opinion. Timo Werner, this is his 3rd inform, I believe now, which is pretty crazy to already have 3 by this stage of the game. He does have an amazing card. He's probably the best striker in the Bundesliga. I'm not sure. I used the red version of Lewandowski in my weekend league team, and he is amazing. But with 96 pace, I think Werner's probably even better. I'm not sure. You'd have to try them out. Don't see many people using Werner this year, but with the stats he has, he does have an amazing card here. But at this kind of price, not a card I'd go near. I typically try and avoid the higher end players in the team of the week, and I go more for the SBC and discard price investments. They're a lot safer and generally make me more coins. So Werner's not a card that I will personally go with. Aspas, he's also extremely expensive right now. He isn't that good this year. Not many people seem to use him. He has 3-star skill moves, high work rates, 3-star weak foot, 5'9". Like those types of stats there really let him down. He does have a decent card. Apart from that, although he doesn't have the best of physical, he's got 62 strength, and that is on a 2nd inform, which is not good at all. So he's not the type of card you really see many people use. You'd have a lot of other options in La Liga and with Spanish strikers too, so not a card I'd personally go in there. Aubameyang is extremely expensive right now, quite rare on the market too. He's going to be extremely popular, one of the most popular strikers on the game. Really have no idea what his price is going to do though, as he's very rare on the market right now. We'll have to see really. I'm recording this video not too long after the Team of the Week has been released, so it came out about 40 minutes ago now. We're going to have to see what happens to his price, maybe like 400k or so. I could see him potentially dropping down to, I'm not sure, maybe 400 to 500k. I think his player of the month was about 500k, so this card has got slightly worse stats. Obviously it is tradable, so I think maybe like 500k or so is a price you could potentially see him drop to, and he will be very, very popular. His gold card is one of the most popular cards in the game, so I see this one being very, very similar. Probably will get a lot of use with FUT Champions players, maybe even some pros as well, and if that happens you're going to see his price go up more. But obviously a very, very expensive player. He's the type of card I'd buy to use and then maybe be able to make some profit from. I wouldn't specifically just buy him as an investment, because I think you've got easier and safer ways of investing your coins. Now moving down onto the bench, pretty much all of these cards will be discard price apart from a select few. So I think Benitez will be about 10 to 11k. Get him for that price, really good investment. Liga and Argentinian. Vida will probably be like 14k or so at his low point, maybe 14, 15k. As an 83 rated inform, that is very good. He doesn't have the best league or nation, however, he does actually have a decent card in terms of someone you could actually use in game. 79 pace, 84 defending, 82 physical is very good for a centre back, and he is also, let's check, 6 foot tall. Not amazing, but he does have medium high work rates. But you can link him to Subasic, Brozovic, Perisic, like Rakitic. You've got quite a few other players. Cerna, is Cerna still on the game? I'm not sure. Korluka. There's quite a few other high-rated Croatians, so you can link him into different players for SBCs. And yeah, I think if you can get him for like 15k or so, that could be a good price as an SBC investment right there. Ramirez is going to be a little bit above discard price, probably about 12k or so. At that price, I'd recommend picking him up. He's high-rated, or relatively high-rated, and cheap, and plays in the Serie A, so good again as an SBC investment. Hani, if you can get him for like 10 to 11k, good discard price investment. Martin, if you can get him for maybe 11k or around there, he might be like 12k or so, but you can try to snipe him and get him cheaper. He does have quite a nice well-rounded card, but not really someone many people will be using. But I think if you can get him for 11k or so, bid on him, try and snipe him. He's a really, really good investment as he's French, plays in the Liga. He's an outfield player, which always makes him better than a goalkeeper. They always rise up more in price. So definitely a good investment in my opinion around that kind of price. Hernandez is currently like 30k. He definitely won't stay at that price. I could see him dropping down to maybe like 18 to 20k. I'm not sure if he'll go any lower. He is a good investment for SBCs, especially Premier League Player of the Month. But we do have, typically, whenever we have like a really bad kind of discard price Premier League inform, they go down to, as I said, near discard price. They're like 12, 13k or so. And I don't think Hernandez is going to go that low, because he does actually have a fairly usable card. It's not amazing, but it's better than like some of the other informs we've had that have dropped super, super low. So I doubt he's going to hit discard price or anywhere near that. Maybe like 15, 16k. Ideally, he could hit that. Like if he hits 15k, I would definitely pick up a load of him. I'm not sure how low he'll go though. Obviously, he's not been in packs for that long. Currently, he's sat at around, like he's dropping now. He's about 25k or so, I imagine, if we go all the way to the last few pages. So yeah, if he drops down to like maybe 17, 18k, something like that, try and pick him up. Obviously, just try and get him really as cheaply as possible. We've got this guy here, Terode, really nice investment as he's a Bundesliga and German inform. So if you can get this guy for like 12k or below, I'd just pick up a load of him really, just to make sure. Oh wow, no, they're not in the Bundesliga. Mistake there, mistake. Glad I checked there. Not a Bundesliga inform, so I wouldn't get him for like 12k, maybe like 10.5, 11k. He's a good investment though as a German and as a discard price inform. You often, well, we've required German informs for one of the Bundesliga Player of the Month SPCs. So there's only been like 2 or 3, so yeah, I think there's been 3 in total. So I think in the future we'll probably require more. So definitely a good investment for like 10 or 11k. You can't go wrong. This guy, just to make sure he does play in the Bundesliga. I know he does, but I don't know why my controller won't let me check, but yeah, he plays for Hertha Berlin, who are in the Bundesliga. Really, really good investment. Not sure how low he'll go. He's only 78 rated, but people know about the Bundesliga SBCs, so I think maybe if he drops down to about 10.5 to 11k, just get a load of him. There's a striker from the Bundesliga in the last team of the week that I picked up about 25 of. And I do the same with this guy here. Get a load of him. Bundesliga, German, very good investment. This guy here, not really going to rise in price, but you might as well just get one for like 9.5k on bid. He doesn't have a good league or nation or particularly good stats. Lolly's a good one for discard price, getting for like 10 to 11k. English, always good there. Tammy Abraham, likewise, he might go for a little bit more, maybe like 11 to 12k, but try and get him kind of at the lower end of that, 10 to 11. would be a good price for him, as he does have some decent stats. And then finally, Angulo, if you can get him for a discard price, like 9.5 to 10k, you're looking good. He's a Spanish inform. He plays in the Polish league, but he is Spanish, and those types of guys do gradually rise up over time. So I think the best investments from this team of the week, you're looking at the SBCs. So people like Valeri, Farman, all the discard price cards, Vida being a good one as an 83 rated. He'll be probably the cheapest 83 rated card on the game in terms of informs. Hernandez is a good one as well for Premier League Player of the Month. Suleimanji is a good SBC investment too. I think Gnabry is a really good one in terms of a card people would actually use. There's very, very few players in that position in the Bundesliga who have really good stats, especially with pace. You've got Robin and people like that, as I mentioned, who are quite slow. The only other quick option is Bellarabi. His inform is like 40 or 50k, and his gold card isn't as good as this one here. So I think this is a really, really nice investment. Not sure how low he'll go, as he's currently extinct. He may not be now. He's still extinct. Maybe like 30 or 40k though. He could be a good one. Just get him as cheaply as possible. And then all these guys down here, especially this guy, Torunanagria. Don't know how you say his name, but definitely a really good investment. He's a player that I'll probably get a lot of. I mean, I've got so many from the last team of the week. I'm going to do the same here. I'm spending so many coins right now on inform investing. It's such a good way to make profit. So yeah, just get these cards Thursday morning, or throughout the day on Thursday, maybe Friday if they're still cheap, and then weekend league sell off for some of those higher end cards if you're looking to get someone like a Aubameyang, for example, maybe Chiellini. So that's going to be Monday and Sunday. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here. I will try my best to get another video out tonight on a pretty good trading tip as well. But if not, I'll try and get it out tomorrow. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Take care.